In Arkansas, it's estimated that more than 650,000 people, roughly 28% of the state's population, are caring for a loved one at home. That's all according to the AARP in Arkansas.
The challenges and emotions of being a caregiver run deep, especially when memory loss or dementia enters the picture. And tonight, THV 11's Karen Fuller looks at caregiving in Arkansas.
In Arkansas, the so-called sandwich generation makes up a big part of the population. By 2030, it's estimated that all baby boomers will be 65 or older. And as people age, many do so while caring for someone else, an aging parent, spouse, or relative. Dr. Jean Way is the executive director of the UAMS Reynolds Institute on Aging.
Caregiving is the most noble of all endeavors, and those of us, it's going to be 100% of us are going to be caregivers one time or another. Now, in order for a caregiver to be best, they have to be appreciated, they have to be supported, and they have to get breaks.
For some families, the caregiving journey may begin with a shocking diagnosis. Tricia and Dr. Lovard Peacock have a wonderful marriage, children and grandchildren. They love to travel, and Tricia once ran her own travel agency, while Dr. Peacock is a retired radiation oncologist from UAMS. They say all was well until a trip to London changed everything.
On that trip, flying over to London, I misplaced my passport 3 times, and I had almost the same problem coming back. When I came back, I went to see my family physician, explained to her what had happened.
His doctor referred him to the Institute on Aging, and after months of testing, his wife describes what it was like to learn her husband had dementia.
It's devastating, it's scary, and then I believe in modern medicine. It's saved so many things in my life, and it was, let's find out what we can about this.
Tricia says she and Dr. Peacock leaned on faith and one another while making practical decisions, such as moving to a single-level home. Regardless of what needs a caregiver may have, Arkansas has resources that touch nearly all aspects of life. Michelle Gilbert is with CareLink, a senior service agency in central Arkansas, providing Meals on Wheels, respite care, you name it. She says their phones ring daily from families desperate for advice.
We try to serve as the resource for senior services here in central Arkansas. So we keep a robust resource directory. So even if there's something that we don't provide ourselves, we will connect you with an agency that can help you out.
Stephanie Cook is familiar with the work of CareLink as the executive director of Alzheimer's Arkansas. She says caregiving takes on an entirely new form when a dementia diagnosis is introduced.
Dementia can be really tough. There are over 120 forms of dementia. And so depending upon the type of dementia a loved one's been diagnosed with, that will help determine the caregiver's daily routines and how they may be affected, because there's so many different forms.
AARP is another well-known resource for all Arkansans. Randy Shoptaw is with AARP Arkansas and says the average person is unaware of just how many people are responsible for someone else.
So Arkansas has more than 650,000 caregivers. These include caregivers who are both paid and unpaid. But did you know that the average age of a caregiver here in Arkansas is 47 years old, and they're primarily caring for a parent.
Dr. Peacock and Tricia are also determined to spread the word about staying on top of your health. She says she couldn't have found a better partner, and she'll be by his side no matter how the journey ends.
Our journeys just make us stronger. Nobody is promised tomorrow. As he's always told me since the day I met him, honey, you live every day like it's the last day of your life, because you never know.
Karen Fuller, THV 11 News.
Karen, thank you. A lot of knowing nods out there in the audience tonight.
Yeah, Dr. Peacock acted quickly when his memory issues began, resulting in an early stage dementia diagnosis. His type of dementia also qualified him for a newer FDA-approved medication shown to reduce plaque buildup in the brain, which affects memory.
Experts say this drug is not a cure, but for Dr. Peacock, it worked, and that means more time to enjoy whatever the future holds.